Lebu, it is the color blue, not black and white. It is blue and navy blue. Continuing coverage from Newzroom Afrika regarding the MTN final that is going to take place here at the Mabhida Stadium at 6 p.m. tonight. We are slowly counting down the hours. And as Pirates coach Jose Rivera has said in that bite, that they're forgetting all the history when it comes to having played Mamelodi Sundowns. As you know that they met in the league in a few weeks ago where Sundowns beat Orlando Pirates at the Orlando Stadium 1-0. But all that goes out the window once 6 p.m. kicks off tonight here at the Mabhida Stadium. There is a lot of history between these two teams, and as Lebu has mentioned, that football journalist Robin Juk Madlala is joining me now to elaborate on some of the history between these two sides. Robin Juk, appreciate your time on Newzroom Afrika. We'll talk about a lot of history when it comes to Mamelodi Sundowns and Orlando Pirates. One special one, as we are standing at this point in the Durban city, is between these two stadiums. Elaborate it for us.
Yeah, if you remember the 2007, the last SA Super 8 before MTN took over in 2007, 2008, that is where Mamelodi Sundowns and Orlando Pirates met at the Kings Park Stadium, and then Brent Carrell scored on that day. You know, it was just a ball Pirates failed to clear, and then Brent Carrell finished it off. Coach at the time for Mamelodi Sundowns, it was Gordon Nickerson, you know, also was born from in the city of Durban. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, we're talking about what, 15 years ago now. So I mean, we've been desperate and dying, you know, to see these two teams playing in a cup final, because that was also the last time they played in the cup final. So you know, it's going to be very, very interesting. I can't wait to see how technically this team gonna shape up.
I remember specifically that final because that cup for Orlando Pirates, they went on to dedicate it for the late Gif Leremi, who had just passed on the previous Monday. But bringing it forward to the spectacle tonight, that history will go out the window as these two teams are going to meet behind this stadium now, which is the Mabhida Stadium. They've already met in the league. How do you pronounce from that match, and how do you feel Sundowns is going to build up from that going into this clash? And of course for Coach Jose Rivera in making sure that he fixes those mistakes from Orlando Stadium.
You know what's also another interesting part, before to get to your point, 2021-2022 season, Sundowns won the same very competition, MTN8, beating Cape Town City at the very same Mabhida Stadium. And then who succeeded them last season? It was also Pirates, also a very same stadium. And then these two times, now who's going to succeed to each other? You know what I'm saying? So, but you know, you talk about the history between these two teams of what happened in the previous game. It was a game of, I can call it a cliche, you know, the old age cliche, because Sundowns dominated the first half at Orlando, and then Pirates came very strong, you know, and then look at the small mistake that Pirates made. I mean, Baloyi going all out to Chambers, like getting the box, and then West Sundowns got a penalty. So I think Pirates, those are some of the things, that small mistake that you need to correct against Sundowns, because once Sundowns are in a groove, once Sundowns, you know, they get the game going, the scruff on neck, Pirates, they have to respond depending on how that is going to be a good, you know, for us to find out of how they, you know, how they reply to Sundowns tactics.
Contrasting results, not just with the teams, but also with the playing sense, the striking force. To win a final, you need to score goals. Zakhele Lepasa on the side of Orlando Pirates, he hasn't been scoring that much, but he is the accolade for Orlando Pirates this season. And on the other side, Peter Shalulile has also made a comeback to the Sundown space and already is scoring. What do you make out for tonight? Like I said, this match needs to be won by goals.
And then you're just talking about that. I went to Adidas activation in Gateway. Temi Koseloche was there. You know, many fans have been saying, where is Temi Koseloche? He was there. Vincent Pule was there. Gabriel Jamin, who was one of those guys who was cultivating things in that attempt to create things, he was there. So that means those guys are not going to be part of the team, even Fortune Makaring as well. So, you know, you talk about Lepasa. He's the top goal scorer for this competition. He scored 3 goals against Sekhukhune when they won in the quarterfinal. And also scored, I mean, when they beat Stellenbosch in the first leg. So he's a king man when it comes to for them golden scoring. But the issue for me is how will he get a supply? Because Sundowns, they're going to ensure that they marginalize the player of Lepasa by controlling the midfield, because the guy that's going to be very important for Mamelodi Sundowns, which he has been very key, has been to dictate the terms. Because the minute they dictate the terms, Pirates are going to be found wanting what they're going to do. So that's what I'm saying. Technically, it's going to be very interesting of how Pirates reply, because we all know that the Sundowns way of playing.
In closing, very quick, who wins tonight? Can Orlando Pirates defend this title and overpower the supreme Mamelodi Sundowns?
I'm just going to tell you another interesting story. On Thursday, because I was busy with MTN and exhibition and stuff, Mamelodi Sundowns, I heard that Sundowns were at the airport in Ora Tambo from 4 o'clock, and then their flight only arrived at 9 o'clock. I don't know how will that impact them, because Pirates arrive early, to try to do all their preparation and exhibition and stuff. I don't know how much impact that will be for Mamelodi Sundowns in terms of, psychological, maybe their mind game being played already, you know what I'm saying? But I feel Pirates might win this game by 2-1 or an odd goal of 1-0, because based on what I saw, in that game at Orlando, I felt Pirates are coming, they're closing the gap. But also you have to put into consideration of what happened in the last 4 games. Pirates not winning. I don't think that we have to put focus on that. But I just have a kinky feeling that Orlando Pirates will win this game.
Appreciate your time, Robin Chuk.
Okay, take care, guys.
Lebu, you hear it from Robin Chuk Madlala, football journalist from Itiski Times, also putting Pirates forward. Similar to you in terms of the colors that you are seeing with me. You're thinking it's black and white, but it's just navy blue. He sees Pirates winning tonight, but it remains to be a good spectacle all round. 56,000 a seater, Mabhida Stadium, and it's a packed out stadium. Those tickets were sold out in a space of 18 hours, which tells you what kind of a spectacle we're going to be expecting tonight. Rolling coverage continues here on Newzroom Afrika. It's back to you in studio.